Welcome back to Exam 1 Review, video number 3. In videos number 1 and 2, we're working through problem 1. We've made it so far through the income statement and the statement of owner's equity with the results that you see here. Now for video number 3, we're going to work through the balance sheet. Remember, the balance sheet is just trying to show us that the accounting equation is in balance, that our assets equal our liabilities plus our owner's equity. The balance sheet, just as the other two statements, starts with a 3-line heading. Who, what, and when. Who is going to be, one more time, whence company. What, the statement that we're now preparing, is the balance sheet. And finally, we want to show the date, and the date for this one is going to be December 31st, 2017. Notice the date for the balance sheet is different than the date for the other two statements that we prepared. Those other two statements were both period statements. We were showing the results of operations for the whole period. The balance sheet, we're only trying to show that the accounting equation balances out on the last day of that period. Within my balance sheet, the left side, these two accounts here, these two columns here, they represent what's on the left side of the accounting equation, which are the assets that I have. Over here on the right side, once we get there, that'll be what's on the right side of the equation, the liabilities and owner's equity that I need to show. Looking back at my problem information, I have 4 asset accounts that I need to list here in my balance sheet. Cash, accounts receivable, supplies, and equipment. Remember, on the balance sheet, assets are always listed in order of liquidity, how quickly we're going to use it up or convert it to cash. And it looks like they're already listed in that order for me from my trial balance. So I have cash, accounts receivable, supplies, and equipment. Cash, accounts receivable, supplies, and equipment that need to be reported here in the assets section. And then I just put the dollar value of each of these asset accounts in this column right here. So cash was $12,500, accounts receivable $6,000. Notice that cash has a dollar sign on it because that is the first number in that column. We have $500 for supplies and $9,000 for equipment. Notice that I did underline equipment. However, I'm not going to put total assets in here quite yet because remember, I have to make sure that eventually they line up in the same row as total liabilities and owner's equity. So I need to work the liabilities and owner's equity side over here so that I make sure they're parallel. So over here on the right, the first thing that I'll see is liabilities, the first category of accounts that are going to show up on the right side of the equation. If I look back over here at my trial balance, I have two liabilities that I need to report: accounts payable and unearned revenue. Accounts payable and unearned revenue are both liability accounts. I'll show both of those here on the liability side. Accounts payable totaled $6,900 and unearned revenue was $600. Because that $6,900 for accounts payable is the first number in this column, it does require a dollar sign. Now because I have two liabilities here, I do need to create a new total for myself called total liabilities. So total liabilities, sorry, it looks like I spelled that wrong. Try that one more time. There we go. Total liabilities is simply $6,900 plus $600. For a total of $7,500. On the next line, I want to say owner's equity. And remember, there's always only one owner's equity account that shows up on my balance sheet, and that is the owner's capital account. Remember one more thing, that owner's capital account always comes from the bottom line of that statement of owner's equity, the one that we just did. So my whence capital will be $20,500. All right, I'm now ready to show some totals here. Total liabilities and owner's equity here on this side. $7,500 plus $20,500 gives me $28,000 as total liabilities and owner's equity. Now right here on this same line, parallel, I want to show total assets. Don't just assume that they balance out. Let's add up all those assets and make sure that they do. And they do. I have total assets equal to $28,000. Notice with each of those $28,000 totals, they are dollar signed and double underlined to show that I am done with this balance sheet. And that's a wrap for exam review problem 1.